Appreciate y'all logging in. Once again, it's a Monday. We talking about a few days before Christmas. That's why I got a hoodie on. Cause it's cold outside. It ain't cause I wanna look funky fresh. It's cause I wanna keep warm. So with that being said, what's going on with my people? How y'all doing? If y'all logging in, I appreciate you. Thank you for all the subscriptions. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for getting my numbers up. Thank you for letting the algorithm know that your boy is out here putting in time and trying to get this rhyme right, trying to get your skills tight. So with that being said, make sure y'all let me know where you're from. Log on in and let's get the party started. Once again, it's your boy, Coach Carl. Mr. 58 is the new 28, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Let's make it happen, Captain. In the meantime and in between time, it's about time for me to drink some water. Like I say, it's about time for me to get some water, yo. I don't drink nothing but 100% spring water, huh? Talk to your boy. People said I drank that water like a camel, like a camel when he was thirsty. I said, did you know that your body was made out of 80% water? And if you didn't know it, now you know. You done learned it on this channel. 80% water. Ninja Q 7934. What's good with your dog? What's popping off? Man, I know you got something going on, boy. You out of school, ain't you? It's shit about that time, ain't it? Ain't it almost Christmas? I think y'all out now, ain't you? You got about a week or two out for the Christmas and the New Year. What you been doing, big dog? I know you been doing something. I know you ain't just sitting around letting dust get up under your hind parts. You been out there doing something. So you about to go for a run at 5 p.m.? What time is it there? What time is it there now? It's 4:01 here. Where you at? What time is it? So you about to go for a run. That's what I'm talking about. Go and get that run in. Get it in. Man, if I move the glasses, I can't see, homeboy. These ain't for show. These for seeing. I can't read without glasses. Nothing too crazy, just doing my routine. Oh, it's 3 p.m., so y'all are out behind us. Okay, I got you. I got you. That's what's good. Hey, look, make it happen. I wish I knew who I Am from Stray Kids was. That'd be funny. But I appreciate you being up here. Yes, sir. The Lord official. Who am I? I don't know. Who are you? You somebody, because you up here. Everybody's somebody. You might not be somebody somewhere else, but on here, you like a superstar. And look, I appreciate y'all being up here. Thanks for your time. You could be anywhere else in the world, but guess what? Right now, we all up here together. We get to laugh and joke together. We get to talk about these boxing matches. Did y'all watch that boxing match that was on over the weekend? Holler at me when y'all get up here. Let me know what's cracking. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Say Ali is the GOAT. Hey, Ali was a bad man. I like him for his attitude. I like him for the fact that he didn't think you could beat him. Even if you did. Is it okay to be trans or should I change my mind? That's on you, bruh. Remember, this is your life. Everything about your life is about you. Said I had a crazy cheat day yesterday because I went to a birthday party. Hey, man, you got to stay away from them parties. And if you're going to go, I already tell yourself before you get there. No cake and no ice cream. Say no cake and no ice cream. But see, I'm vegan. I don't eat none of that. So it eliminates me. They don't even offer it to me no more. And they know. I used to have friends back in the day buy me a drink and come up to me and give me the drink. When we were at the club, I said, I can't drink that. They said, I just bought it. I say, I can't drink that. I don't drink no more. And they drink it themselves. Look, I'm the driver. I'm the designated driver now, bro. I don't drink no more. Cut that out, bro. It ain't gonna good for you. Hey, coach, what's up? Happy World. 1906. What's good with you? What's good with you? Say, to be honest, you've been slacking on running. Most people slack on running. Because running ain't fun to everybody. Man, I can't lead a day without a run, bruh. Frank Jones, what it do, homie? I can't lead a day without a run. Running is more mental for me. It ain't even about being in shape. I'm already in shape. But running is mental. When I run, I put that music on and I forget about everything that happened before I ran. It's the only thing I know, bruh. Merry Christmas, Drake. Hey, man, did y'all see those fights over the weekend? Y'all see that Jake Paul fight? Say, did you watch the Jake Paul fight? Anthony beat his butt. Hey, look. But like I told y'all before, the fight could go either way. Anthony was just a lot bigger. Like I said before, he 245. He's 6'6", 245, going against a guy 6'1", 215 to 217. The 6'1" guy came to fight, though. He threw a couple punches and landed. Hey, look, people don't understand that fight. They thought that fight was about Jake Paul winning. Jake Paul won that fight. You know how he won it? With that $92 million he just made. And the fact that he was able to go in a ring against a former world champion and not be a champion. Never had a belt, but he was able to climb in the ring against a former world champion, pay him $92 million, make $92 million for himself. Yeah, he took a broke job, but you know what that broke job gonna do for him? Gonna get him all kinds of interviews. He gonna make another $100 million in the next 6 months to a year, talking about what it felt like to build a fight and end up in the ring against a champion without being sponsored by nobody. Jake Paul just won. Nah, you got it twisted. Happy World 1906. I respect your opinion. But the whole thing about the whole game is it won't intended for him to win. It was intended for him to win, if you know what I'm saying. Jake Paul came from nowhere. Nobody knew who Jake Paul was 7 years ago, other than being a prankster on YouTube. He went from being a prankster on YouTube to starting to promote fights. He has made over $100 million since promoting fights. He's also promoted the only girl fights in the world where girls made over $1 million per fight. And then what did Jake Paul want to do? Because everybody was talking about him like he won't nothing. He said, I want to fight better fights. He tried to get a fight with a big name. He didn't care what the name was. He was going to go with Gervonta. But Gervonta had other issues going on in his life with the, charges that he facing. So, but all that being said, Jake's people that were sponsoring him didn't want him to take that fight. Netflix didn't want that fight. So Jake said, well, look, I ain't got but a couple of weeks to find somebody else. So he started calling out big names. He went to that Francis guy that was an MMA guy. He went to Terrence Crawford. He went to Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua said, yeah. He said, cool, I got a fighter. He wasn't expecting to win. He was expecting to win. He wanted that money. He wanted that prestige. He wanted that reputation. Now, no one in the world has ever... I can't call out Mayweather on this channel right here and he'll fight me. Mayweather ain't going to come out the wood and fight me because I'm too much of a risk. I'm too much of a trick. He don't know if I'm actually good, if I'm live or Memorex. He don't know if I'm actually a man or a mouse. He don't know nothing about me. So just watching me, and he ain't going to be able to figure it out. So what happened is, he ain't going to give me that fight. He ain't going to allow me to make $100 million off his name. He gonna make $100 million. I'm gonna make $10 million if I can build up enough prestige to get the fight. Jake Paul, because people hate him, that's why they let him have the fight. Let me explain something to you about fighting. Mayweather said that more than half of his career, he made so much money in more than half of his career because people watched him to see him lose. They didn't watch him to see him win. They watched him to see him lose. And because he didn't lose, they kept paying to see the next fight and paying to see. They just wanted to be there when he lost. If Jake Paul would have somehow survived this fight for 8 rounds, Jake Paul would have went down in history as the first YouTuber to ever climb in the ring with no real boxing background and end up surviving an 8-round fight. Jake Paul realized that he was going to lose this fight. He was hoping he was going to lose in 8 rounds. Just get outboxed. But when Anthony Joshua hit him with the big shot and broke his jaw, now Jake Paul going to do interviews on that jaw. Hey, look, Kanye became famous because Kanye had a broke jaw when he spitting through the wire, right? Yeah, he was a broke jaw. He broke jaw. Jake Paul, and if you look online, Jake Paul on everything. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. He on everything. Tell me something. I got my jaw broke. But the reality is his pocket ain't broke. Pocket $92 million. Come Monday morning, he was going to the bank with 7 figures. All from a YouTuber. I bet on Jake Paul to just go past 4 rounds. I'm sure that half the world betted on him to make it through half the fight. You can put $10 down. If he'd have made it to 8 rounds, you could have won $1,000 off of $10. That's how funny the game is. People think the game is about Jake Paul being good enough to beat Anthony Joshua. Man, please. Jake Paul knew he couldn't beat Anthony Joshua. Jake Paul knew he could beat the haters though. All the way to the bank. Everybody was on my channel and every other channel online talking about how stupid Jake Paul looked. Jake Paul right now is cashing out. And he ain't think it looked stupid. He was a prankster that's now worth almost $100 million. Well, he is worth over $100 million. That'd be like I Show Speed picking a fight with Mayweather. No, he can't beat Mayweather, but I Show Speed is worth $40-something million right now. If I Show Speed picked the fight with Mayweather and Mayweather took the fight, Mayweather will make a lot of money. I Show Speed will make it like $100 million. He don't got to win the fight. He just got to be in the fight. He just got to climb in the ring and swing one punch. Jake Paul got a real boxing background now. He can say, I fought against the best in the world. Hey, look, it is what it is. Jake Paul was a YouTuber that was actually in the MMA. He wasn't in the boxing. You thought I would support Jake Paul. I told you. If you listen to my channel, I told you, I told you everything I just told you. I said Jake Paul is going to survive the fight. Survive it for as long as he can, make as much money as he can. Jake Paul sponsored the fight. Jake Paul, they didn't call Jake Paul in to fight Anthony Joshua. Jake Paul called Anthony Joshua to fight him. And it was a last-minute decision because who he wanted to fight, he couldn't fight. What did Jake Paul say in the interview? He said, I was training for a guy with a lot of speed against a bigger guy. Now I'm training to beat a guy with speed against a bigger guy. It was all about the money. It was all about doing something that nobody said you could do. It's a whole lot of people in the world doing something what somebody said they couldn't do. I'm doing something that somebody said I couldn't do. Years ago when I told guys in my neighborhood I wanted to open a barbershop, they told me I couldn't do it. I owned a barbershop for over 30 years. So what'd that say? We all are fighting to be something that somebody said we can't be. I didn't say Jake Paul was going to win the fight. I said Jake Paul was going to be in the fight. And I also said any given Sunday, Jake Paul could throw a shot, it could land. I seen Jake Paul hit Anthony Joshua with a shot. If you look at the fight realistically, look at the size difference. It reminded me of Rocky fighting the wrestler, I can't think, Hulk Hogan in the Rocky movie. The same thing. Hulk Hogan was tossing him around the ring and he was still fighting. It was a celebrity event. But only they made this one a sanctioned fight because Anthony Joshua wanted it to be a sanctioned fight so it would go in his record. I don't know why, but maybe that was personal for him. But the reality is Jake Paul won. I look at it like this. He the one with the $92 million. I'm sitting here complaining about what Jake Paul didn't do, but I ain't made no money. Hey, look, I just wanted, you, and not Ninja Q, I wanted to see him make it to the 8th round. You know why? Because it would have been even funnier. The story would have been even funnier. People don't understand that in that crowd, there were editors. There were people that write books. They were writing Jake Paul's next chapter. This guy was a YouTuber, a prankster that actually made it. He set the world up to make it into the ring against a world champion. He did it with Mike Tyson, but it didn't work out the way he wanted it to because Mike wasn't as good as Mike should have been at the time. He thought Mike still had something left. Now he said, daggone it. So I'm gonna go with Javante, a guy that can throw a bunch of shots and bang me up, and I can just say I was in there with Javante. At the end of the day, they was gonna shake hands and make look, Anthony Joshua held up Jake Paul's hand and said, hey, look, he came in the ring. He's a fighter. Jake Paul won. Hey, look. You said Jake Paul was. I ain't say Jake Paul was going to win. I ain't never said Jake Paul was going to win one time. I said any given Sunday. And like Happy World 1906 said, Jake Paul is an opportunist. He figured out a way to get them stacks. Hey, look, man, if I had that strategy, I'd use it too. If I thought I could get up here and call out somebody's name and make me, I'd climb in the ring at 58 years old to fight for $92 million. And look, and I'm going to survive the whole fight. But if you really watch the fight, only thing people remember is this. Bang, bang, and Jake Paul on the ground. How many times did Jake Paul duck Anthony Joshua's punches? Then they'll say, what they going to say? All the commentators are going to say this. Anthony won't try to swing. Yes, he was. He wasn't going to leave him in there for 4 rounds. They know the bet was going on. The money was on how long he stayed in the ring. Some people said 1 round. Some people said 2. You know how many people lost money on 2 rounds? Thinking that Joshua could get him out in 2 rounds? Joshua couldn't hit him. They said, but he was running. He was running, coach. He was running. Joshua's a professional boxer. It's called trapping him. You trap him, and then you beat him up. Couldn't do it because every time Jake Paul stepped forward with that jab, Anthony Joshua stepped backwards. Like Jake Paul had power. Hey, look. Funny game we playing. He definitely won $92 million. Let me say good morning, mate. Good morning, Mickey Lloyd. What's good with your homeboy? Rico Gonzalez, my man's what's up, dog? Tank versus Shakur. It ain't never going to happen because Tank ain't going to be fighting that much longer. Unfortunately, he ain't going to stick around to fight. Hey, look, Tank don't want to take an L right now. After that Lamont Roach fight, Tank was ready to quit boxing. He said, hey, that's how it go. That Lamont Roach fight shut Tank down because it was supposed to be an easier fight, and it won't. Hey, look, Happy World, they don't understand. I try to give them the information, but they ain't listening. Hey, look, so I can't be mad at them. What do I do for my routine? Man, my routine too long to talk about. I mean, it's real. I do 3.5 hours of training, bro. It's too long. If I talked about that whole routine here, hey, look, man, I'm gonna have to probably do a video and just talk about my routine. My routine used to be 30 minutes long, but it just kept growing. I do a full, let's say this, I do a full body workout from head to toe. I don't miss a muscle. And I'm not like guys. I don't go in the gym and do bench press one day, shoulders one day, legs one day. I do everything at the same time. Everything. And then after I finish doing my 3.5 hour routine, I hit the bag for 30 to 45 minutes every single day. Then I go running 3 to 5 miles every single day. Then I come home and I do a live stream. I just did a live stream for 58 minutes on another channel. And now I'm 18 minutes into this channel. Then tonight, right now, it's 4:18 p.m. And tonight at 9:30, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to stretch. I stretch for 15 minutes. And then I do what's called kick practice at night. So my routine is stupid. Hey, Mr. Prankster, what's good with your dog? Say you like Tank over there? I like Tank too. I watched Tank fight in the amateurs when he was like 16, 17 years old. Tank was a monster back then. But what happens to certain people? See, I had guys that I knew that was in the boxing game, right? And they were thugs, super thugs. They were street guys. And boxing coaches would see a street guy, make him a fighter, but you don't train the rest of him. You don't train this part right here. So they become street fighters and they don't know how to handle success. And they go out and they do certain things. They just, what they say, you can't separate a man from his money. You know? So, hey, look, you can take the thug out the neighborhood, but you can't take the thug out the person. Yep. Happy World 1906, Jake Paul is killing the game. And guess what? The fight, he talked about the fight. He promoted the fight. He'll talk about the fight from this point on. But guess what? It'd be like T.I. Remember when T.I. had a beef with Mayweather? And T.I. went in the restaurant and stole on Mayweather? See, it don't matter what happened after that. The only thing the world is going to remember is T.I. is a thug. He swung on Mayweather. That's the only thing you're going to remember. Right? So that's the name of the game. So Jake Paul climbed in the ring with a guy 40 pounds heavier than him and then was in the fight, actually ducked a lot of shots. He just ran out of gas. If he'd have had a little more gas in his tank, he'd have had some premium 93 or some diesel, he would have danced around for another 2.5 rounds. And then the fight would have ended and he would have been happy. And everybody would have been mad because they wanted Anthony Joshua to knock him out. You know the stock on Anthony Joshua was in the knockout? They said if Anthony Joshua don't knock him out, he gonna lose his own career. So everybody was happy. I don't know why. They was happy because he knocked him out. Let me explain to you something about boxing. Boxing has always been run by the good old boy, if you understand what I'm saying. Boxing has been run by major organizations, not who you think. Now, with that being said, no one has ever made boxing theirs. So anybody 20 years ago that tried to start their own promotional company would have got a knock at the door. And it would have been like, okay, I'm going to need a cut of this or you're going to have to cut it out. Bottom line, Jake has successfully built a boxing career. And not a boxing career, but a boxing promotional company that has made the careers of other people. People don't remember that Devin Haney fought on one of Jake Paul's cards as a talent. Amanda Serrano, he signed her. He gave Amanda Serrano $1 million. That was the first woman that ever made $1 million in a ring. Boxing. Layla Ali didn't make $1 million. Clarissa Shields wasn't making $1 million. Nobody was making $1 million until Jake Paul gave it out, which upped the standard of other promoters. Now Clarissa Shields just signed this big deal. You know what I'm saying? But the bottom line is the bottom line. Jake has done a lot that people don't like because they don't like Jake. Not because if it was somebody else that did it, it would have been okay. But the bottom line is they didn't like Jake. They said, who is this guy? Skipped over the line in boxing. Skipped over fighting and went straight to the top. He did what no one else could do. No one else could get in the ring with another boxer that's already won major titles. I couldn't call Mayweather today and fight him. I couldn't call Terrence Crawford and fight him. I couldn't call nobody that was 135 to 145 and set up a fight if this guy had titles and it was a title on the line. I couldn't fight him. Or if he had titles and the fight was sanctioned, not a celebrity fight. They wouldn't fight me because I run the risk of making something that they can't make. I run the risk of making a name. And if they don't get rid of me, then my name gets bigger. You know how I could use that name right now? That name would come back to this channel and I'd blow up overnight. Because they'll be like, yo, I finally seen Coach fight and he fought Mayweather. That would give me some, we call it in the land of business world, that would give me credibility. Jake just got credibility. Anthony Joshua held up his hand and said he's a true fighter. He tried his best. But he's just smaller than me. I was able to get him out of here. He got tired. It was like he just stalked him until he got tired. But what was he going to do if the guy wouldn't have got tired? He'd have been swinging at the fences the whole night, missing everything, and then the conversation would have been different. Anthony Joshua said, the fight didn't go the way I wanted it to. I thought I was going to catch him a lot earlier. Here we go 5.5 rounds later before he caught him. What that's saying? That's saying Jake ain't exactly at the bottom. Oh, he ran, coach, he ran, but he couldn't catch him. That's the same thing to say about Mayweather. Same thing to say about Shakur. Same thing to say about Keyshawn. He need to stand there and fight. This ain't a gladiator fight. It's a boxing match. If you want to fight the other guy, the guy keep coming in, hitting you and running, then chase him. Jake Paul did exactly what Jake Paul needed to do. He won $92 million. Says, how much do all the people you study pay you? I don't ask for money. It's about common sense. It's about common sense, my friend. And just so you know, hey, look, exactly. Mickey Lord, they got to understand the whys and the whos to understand the game. The game is twisted. It's not what people think it is. It's twisted. Hey, look, Why do you think guys want to fight guys like Gervonta wanted to fight guys and didn't care if it was a belt online? He was trying to build a rep. People like Shakur, they want to fight Gervonta, even though Gervonta don't have a belt, but there's other guys out here with a belt. You know why? Because Gervonta got the rep. If I beat the man with the rep, I win everything. That's why Teofimo decided to fight Shakur. It ain't because he thought he could beat him, it's because the chance of him being able to beat him is just as great. And if he loses, he's not going to get knocked out. So it's a chance that he could be in this fight and he could do something and make some money and win some more rep and win the people back over. And then tell y'all, I told y'all, Teofimo is still riding high on the fact that he beat Lomachenko. That's the high he running on. What's up, coach? I had a good fight on Friday. There was a double knockout. He's a southpaw and got me with his left hook. And I'm orthodox, but I'm left-handed and got him with my left hook, and we KO'd. Hey, look, that what it is, man. Hey, look, at the end of the day, you in the game, you in the game. Carlos Foster, yes, coach. Muhammad Ali, what a pleasure meeting you. I appreciate it. Golden Boy, hey, look, plain and simple. Hey, look. Happy World 1906. They could talk about Jake all day. They making interviews on Jake. They interviewing Jake. But the reality is Jake's still making money. Jake making money. And guess what? Jake ain't got to box another fight. Jake made enough money from boxing. Jake made more in that fight on Friday night than everybody that was on the panel made in their whole career together. Because most of them ain't made no more than $10 million in their whole career. That's how it go, bruh. That's the way the game is. And now Jake is the most talked about person in boxing. The most talked about. We talking more about Jake than we are about Shakur, about Keyshawn Davis, about Abdullah Mason, about Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson only came back in the picture because of Jake. Somebody say you didn't move back fast enough. Be ready. Hey, look, sounds good, but bruh, in the game of boxing, the other guy got a strategy too. Everybody got a strategy. My thing is keep your hands up. No matter how far back you are, no matter how close you are, if you keep your hands up, you ain't got to worry about getting hit with that shot. To get hit in the nose, that means you ain't have your hands in front of your face. But that's a subject for another day. I'm glad you got out there. I'm glad you fought. Win or lose, you learned something. That's the bottom line. Divine Thing 508. Divine Things 508. Man, I'm doing good. How are you? How are you? Say 300 million is enough to survive. Hey, look, you can survive on 1 million. 300 million is enough to have a party and invite everybody. He can invite everybody on my live stream to come to that party and give us all $100,000, and he wouldn't even miss it. By the time he spent it, the tax people will put it back. Interest will put it back. Hey, look, I like having conversations, but a lot of times, man, people just don't understand. They don't understand the whole game. They only see the game in small parts. Yeah. Say, why did Jake Paul always have his hands down? So he could see. He was nervous. He didn't have his hands up higher, but when you had your hands up too high, you can't see what's coming your way. When he had his hands down here, he got to see. He saw he was moving. He saw the punch coming before he threw it, and he was getting out of the way. The only time he got hit is when he got tired. He laid on the ropes. That's the one thing that you should not to do. If the other guy's better than you, don't lay on the ropes. He laid on the ropes a little too long, got hit with the shot. And look, that's how it go. Hey, look, but he took the shot like a G. He hit the ground, stuck his tongue out, realized his jaw was broke. He said he couldn't fight no more. The referee called him out. If his jaw wasn't broke, he would have got back up. He got up the other times he got hit. Fell down a lot because he was nervous. He was tired. Hey, look, legs start getting weak on you. First thing to go is your legs. Did he close his eyes? I don't know. But he got hit with a good shot. I know that. Hey, look, Jake Paul is a genius. Hey, look, he's a genius. Hey, look, I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at Jake Paul at all. Jake Paul is a genius. Jake Paul did just what Jake Paul needed to do for Jake Paul. And Jake Paul ain't thinking about me. He ain't thinking about Coach Carl. Jake Paul is at the bank right now trying to figure out how to invest $92 billion on buying some more Ferraris and some more Lamborghinis. You seen his house? That dude got plenty of money. Now he got titanium uh, uh, screws and stuff in his jaw. Hey, look, he gonna talk about that. Jake Paul is the man. He took that jaw beating just to get that money. Hey, look, man, I don't know. I might would have took that hit too. Hey, look. Levi, DC. Yeah, he said he got no house. It's a mansion, coach. Hey, look, I agree. Hey, look, Jake living on like 30,000 square feet. That boy got Ferraris. He just got a brand new Ferrari a couple of months ago. Hey, look, everybody's life on the line. I put my life on the line for $92 million. Hey, look, and if I die, they give it to my family. Still gonna get paid. I just might not be here to spend it. Exactly. Jake Paul ain't waiting for nobody to give him nothing. That dude went out and figured out how to make it on his own. He living his best life. Hey, look, with a broke jaw. His jaw healed. Trust me. For the 10, and well, he got insurance. So for the 200 to 500 he spent as a deductible, he got plenty of money. He gonna get some gold. They're talking about something. He lost some teeth. He gonna get some platinum teeth. He already probably got some. Hey, look, I ain't mad at Jake Paul. Do what you do, bruh. Hey, look, ain't nobody gonna say no to that, Mr. Prankster. Ain't nobody gonna say no to that. Exactly. Man, people be saying some good stuff up here. You gotta understand. Jake Paul still got us talking about him on Tuesday. on Monday or Tuesday of the following week. And the fight been over. People don't understand how long that lasts. Ain't nobody talking about nobody else. You all talking about Jake Paul. Every time they have a fight for the next 6 months, they're gonna bring up Jake Paul's name. When Anthony Joshua fight again, Jake Paul's name gonna come up again. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. People gonna keep going back and watching that. Jake Paul got his own footage. He had his own camera people there setting up his own footage. Bottom line, man. Hey, look, man, that dude is smart, bro. Best street fight I ever seen? Oh, man, I seen a lot of them. I mean, just guys getting knocked out and getting back up. I seen a guy get punched so hard that he fell down, didn't know where he was at. He kind of fell and got up because he got hit. So his reaction was to swing back. But when he fell, he got up. And he got up from here and he just swung. And he didn't know what he was swinging at. He was just thinking somebody was still there. And he hit the guy that was coming back to finish him off and knocked him out. So now two guys look crazy. So you fight a line if the price is right? Hey, look, me too. I'll fight a line for half of that. People don't understand, man. We don't make money like that. Nobody out here just making $92 million in 6 rounds. So people will say Kimbo Slice. It's been some better fights than Kimbo Slice. Kimbo Slice was an organized street fight. It's been some street fights that weren't organized that should have been on camera. Hello, y'all know the deal. Kimbo Slice had camera crew that followed him to the street fights. I liked him because he was a fair fighter. He said, go ahead, took off his jewelry and everything, got the guy ready. When he finished beating him up and the guy said, I submit, man, I'm good, I'm good. He shake his hand. He's like, yo, appreciate it. That was the first organized street fights, really. Hey, look, make sure y'all get them likes up, man. Hit the like button for your boy. Hey, look, that's what they thinking. It took 6 rounds for Anthony Joshua to get rid of him. If you watch the fight like I watched the fight, and I'm sure y'all watched the fight, Jake Paul was not Jake Paul. Joshua was swinging at Jake Paul with some good shots and couldn't connect, couldn't land nothing. Jake Paul was, and then Jake Paul finally came forward with that jab and was sticking Joshua with that jab. He caught him with a right on the jaw, but Anthony Joshua took it. But the bottom line is, you talking about a YouTuber in a fight with a former professional, well, a current professional, former world champion, and he getting licks in. I saw when Mayweather fought the little Asian kid, I think he might have been Japanese or something, over in Japan somewhere. He fought him, and the kid couldn't get a lick in on Mayweather at all. Mayweather got out of that ring looking like he just came from the gym, just hitting the bag. And Jake Paul is not a true heavyweight. He was only 215, 217. Say, Anthony Joshua hurt him with a body shot. Yeah, he's 40 pounds heavier than him. That's why it's weight classes in boxing. Anthony Joshua is considered a super heavyweight. Jake Paul would have been considered a cruiserweight. Imagine bare knuckle. He probably would have never took that fight for bare knuckle. It's too big. Too big a difference in the weight class. You know, all the safeguards is why he took the fight. Hey, look, everybody gonna say they think Joshua was holding back. I don't disagree, I don't agree, and I don't disagree. This is where we say it's okay to disagree. I mean, it's okay for both of us to have different opinions. I don't think Joshua was holding back. I think Joshua couldn't hit him. He was swinging. Joshua knew what was on the line. His rep was on the line. People still looking at Joshua saying, man, some of the main fighters, the real fighters, like Tyson Fury, they were saying, Joshua, dude, you had a hard time getting rid of that guy. Joshua can't say, I was playing with him. I was playing with him. No, you weren't playing with him. You just couldn't get rid of him. Say Joshua was not holding back. He was swinging. Anthony Joshua was swinging. He was trying to get rid of him, and he couldn't. He couldn't hit him. He waited for him to get tired. Hey, look, nah, he too big for me, dog. I'm gonna tell you right up front. Both of them too big for me. Joshua is 245. I'm 144. That's 100 pounds heavier than me. That don't make sense. No, Joshua can't catch the faster guy. Remember Andy Ruiz? Andy Ruiz was way faster than Joshua. Joshua was getting hit with everything. You know what Joshua did when he fought him the second time? He ran from him. He ran from him. Say, they don't know me, son. But look, it's always good having conversations, man, with y'all. Because y'all make a lot of sense. Jake Paul, that's why he wanted to fight. He wanted to fight Francis Ngannou or whatever, however you say his name, because he felt like he was a good talent, but he wasn't like a special talent. He felt like he'd have had a chance with him, but he turned the fight down. Why he turned it down? Because he was offering him like 25 to 50 million. He turned it down because he didn't want to lose. John Jones and Joshua, two different weight classes. John Jones ain't no more than a good early 200. And Joshua too big, man. He too big. He got to fight people that's big like him. Or people that weigh as much as him. Yeah, man. But Hey, look, I got to get it off this line, though. But I appreciate y'all being up here. I had to make this one short today because I got to go upstairs and take a shower because I'm running up on my 5 o'clock eating time. But look, I appreciate y'all. Please leave some comments on the live stream. It'll be out in a few minutes. Leave some comments up here. Leave some comments on my videos. I just dropped the shadowboxing video yesterday, a long version and a short version. Be sure to watch them both. All right, they're on my channel right now, Shadowboxing at the Beach. So you can see my footwork. A lot of y'all been asking me about footwork drills, asking me how to move. Watch those videos. They on this channel right now. They call Boxing at the Beach. So look, holla at your boy on the flip side, because right about now, I got to get out of here because I'm running up on my time frame. Holla.